They got a little fly.
Oh, what?
Ballin', man.
Is he?
Lady is ballin'.
In a major way.
Lavish food tables and shit, man, just out there.
You said fuck the record game?
I'm trying to get him to do Celeb South. You know, some later street nigga.
He can come down here and give us some of this talent down here.
I told him, I said, man, forget it, this is do Celeb South. I'm making my own documentary.
Oh, yeah?
Documentary. You documenting me.
Yeah, we been all over the motherfucker. We just left New York.
Yeah, oh yeah. Was it cold?
Did Rap City.
Oh, is that right? Y'all did the basement again? That's big. Yeah, we did a song with what's his name, Tigger on Short Album.
I heard that
too,
yeah. I heard it.
On the east side. My homie got them Mickey Mouses and them Ronald McDonald's like that with the diamonds all around.
Just went to Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Young niggas used to come
shooting up Poetic Justice.
Shooting Poetic Justice.
Yeah, I remember that.
We was young scrappers, young dusty niggas.
Yeah,
they used to come through and always blow a joint.
Yes, sir.
Talk to that nigga, man. If anybody knows, that's one nigga that knows right there, man.
No doubt. Way back. It's cracking lady.
Just go ahead and talk a little bit about Outlaws, your relationship,
Okay. It's just like, you know, it's just a family thing, man. It actually started like me and Pac in a Digital Underground album, Sons of the P. I wrote, rapped, and produced a song in there called Tales of the Funky with Shock G. Just coming into the group, met Pac within the group, Pee Wee, Money, you know, all of us, Smooth. You know, we was all like somewhat always seeing each other every day somehow or another. So after a while, you know, years is just years of that, man, just being homies and, you know, loyal and striving for the same cause. And I know Pac would always be, you know, loyal to all his homies. And everywhere you went, you see Edie. Everywhere you went, you see Castro. You know what I'm saying? Every time I saw Pac, I saw them. We was all family. I mean, you know, I go back to where, you know, we was putting in for the pizzas and shit, you know, trying to get rid of them hunger pains. But, you know, we was all on the mission. We all kind of somewhat did something with this business. So, you know, it just goes way back. It's family, man. It's been family then. It's family now, and it'll be family later. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we do. We talented, musicians, writers, producers. We kind of pretty much do it all. So we just like, you know, it's just like it never stopped. It's just that, you know, we missing, you know, one of our main lieutenants. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that makes us stay and respect our family and our loyalty amongst us all. That even makes us even tighter. Because, you know, we got to eat. You know, that's my daughter right there. We got to put, you know, we got kids to feed. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we eat. And, you know, we taking this shit very seriously, as you can tell. You know what I'm saying? We work.
Nobody playing. Stop playing games, yo.
Oh, boy. You know,
stop
like,
playing games, yo. That's my theme song right there.
Like
Tell Ball, that's my motherfucking theme song right there. Even though Puffy on it, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that there because I'm listening to Ball and shit.
So, you know, he's like, you know, the Outlaws, they all stuck together and just been like doing their thing, staying true to their fan base. And, you know, me already being family, you know, I did a lot of Too Short hit records, a lot of records, like Getting In, Cocktails, Get In Where You Fit In, you know, just a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? All the way back to I Want to Be Free, In the Trunk, you know, if you remember stuff like that. So it was just like,
did the goddamn thing music for Grand Street show that play every day?
You know what I'm saying? Did a lot of Breeze stuff, did one on TLC album, Let's Take Our Time, with the homie Arnold, you know what I'm saying? So I've been around, I've been doing it, and then, you know, after, you know, we lost our family member, you know what I'm saying? You know, we knew, you know, what we had to do. We knew we just had to, like, batten down all the hatches and just stay down for what we were already doing, but we had to take it more seriously now. You know what I mean? It was like it's a business. Outlaws, when, you know, they conglomerated, man, put their heads together, come up with Outlaw records. They eating, it's working, everybody's eating, you know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. So we just sticking together, trying to keep our heads up, you know what I'm saying? Ignoring the haters, you know what I'm saying? Deal with them, whatever need to be done. We're really not having too much negativity right now, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to represent the homie, keep his name and music as fly and fresh as it possibly can be. You know what I mean? And we just basically staying focused. That's Shorty B version. It's Outlaw life, baby. It's thug life. I mean, it goes all the way back. I don't even want to sit here and not, you know, and forget the homies. You know, you got Mo Preem, you know, who I started off with, who did Mercedes, the Mellow, Quite a Nice Fellow. Matthew, you remember that? But Tony. That's Pac's half brother. So he was doing his thing, and we were all, you know, like within blocks of each other. So, you know, it couldn't really went down no other way. I kind of wonder what would have happened if Digital Underground didn't, you know, because they suffered a lot of sound losses, lost a lot of records from a studio jacking, and then they lost a lot of their sounds to the fire. You know, it was a lot of Pac in there that we never got a chance to hear because, you know, we lost it. You know, when Shock had a lot of stuff, he was going to let, you know, Pac was doing his thing over there with Digital. So it was a whole nother stuff we didn't really get a chance to hear because the fire kind of took us out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's a beautiful thing, man, you know. Just doing what needs to be done. We eating, we talented. I pray every day, and you know, it's Outlaw for life, man. I got thug life on my lawn. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Because that was the life I'm living. You know what I mean? Simple as that. I'm eating now. I'm making records now. There you go.
Let me see that ass right.
Tell them what the Outlaw stand for, Edie.
Operating under thug laws is motherfucking warriors.
Please believe it.
Each and every day.
Outlaw, thug life. Please believe it. Mo Preem sight. Still got you in mind, homie.
Yeah.
Alright, one.
Say that again. What's up?
Operating under thug laws is warriors. That's what outlaw means. Tupac made that shit up.
Yeah, for those who don't know.
You know what I mean? Operating under thug laws is warriors.
Outlaw.
Self-explanatory, really. If you don't know what that means,
That's all you know.
I can tell you about some parties. I can tell you little things. Let me tell you a few Pac stories. All right, let me tell you one time I was staying down on I think it's 15th and Peachtree. It's called the Scandinavian House. Got a call one morning. Was you there? You came. Yeah, y'all called me early one morning. Pac called me about 9 o'clock. Shorty B, what's up? I'm like, oh man, you know I'm over here whipping up some gumbo, man. I'm smoking big. Got the 3DO because you know wasn't no PlayStation and Sega, none of that. It was 3DO back then. You know what I'm saying? And so Edie and Pac, they come through, man. They stay, man, about a whole day or two, man. They just hang out. We just kicking and hanging out. And one thing I remember is that when I came out into my hallway. This really, you know, really kind of let me know how big Nephew had really got because when I come out of my hallway, I see people, well, actually females, and this is honest to God truth, in sleeping bags in front of the elevator in my hallway, man, just so they can catch a look at Pac. And the funny part about it is that they missed it because we snuck right across the hallway, went up the fire station, they didn't even see it. They've been out there 6-7 hours. So it was kind of funny. They missed the whole thing. I tell you another thing. I threw a party at L.A. Dre's house. Called Pac and them. I say, look, man, I'm about to have a party out here at L.A. Dre house, and you know, we gonna have like the stripper thing. You know, we balling. It's just 100 miles an hour. You know, so we had about 40, 50 naked girls. You know, and food, drinks, everybody having a good time. You know, and I remember Pac had you know, was getting along real good with a couple of female friends, and you know, he took his, you know, I gave him a little privacy room where he could sit down, don't have to talk amongst all that people hollering and you know, having a good time. And only thing I remember though is that when he came out and we continued partying, the following morning after everybody left, we went in the room. Now mind you, L.A. Dre got like 20-foot ceilings, and for some it was cum and blood and unk and weed and shit on the ceiling. And I would ask Pac, I was like, Pac, how you get all that shit on the ceiling? And he would just bust out laughing. And to this day, he never told me how that shit got up there. He would just laugh, man, hard. I like, Pac, how you get that shit on the ceiling? And he would just laugh kind of crazy.
Tell him how tall the girl was, though.
And both of the girls are 6 feet tall now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was throwing them off the ceiling, rocking them off the ceiling. But you know, that's just one for the road, man. The homie was out having a good time. You know, and that's just one for the road, man. You know, he would just laugh. So Every time I asked him, they ticket him. So that's one for the road. We never did find that one out. But you know, it's just like a lot of people would see Pac in the news and paper. I never really saw that side of Pac. I've been knowing Pac for like 10, you know, 8, 9, 10 years. I never saw Pac upset. I never really saw him on no anger. He was never really on no gangster shit. You know, he always seemed like he was always at peace. You know, and it was like I never saw that. I never saw Pac, you know, disturbed, I guess is the right word. I never saw him disturbed. You know, the many years I've been around, I never saw that. I never seen him, you know, angry. I seen him, you know, with the little homies, you know, but that's, you know, that's nothing. You know, just, you know, that's nothing. You know, goddamn, who drank my beer? You know, that's nothing right there. But other than that, I never ever saw Pac upset. Ever, man. I never saw him upset. And that when I would read and see, I tell you what, matter of fact, the night that they stayed at my house at the Scandinavia house, Pac left my house. This is God truth. And all y'all went to New York. And wasn't 30 hours later, he had caught those 5 bullets. And it was really hard on me because I was awaking out my sleep with my cousin, Antonio, telling me that my homie had been killed. Thank God, you know, thank God that it wasn't true.
Got shot.
Yeah, just got shot. But can you imagine somebody just waking you up, hey, wake up, man, turn the news on, man. They just killed your homeboy. You know, that's just like, you know, it's just like I was somewhere else, man. And it was just the best thing about that it never, you know, that it wasn't true. And the homie was all right, knocking. You know, by the time, you know, when I cut the TV on, I guess it had just happened, and you know, nobody really knew his condition, but it was good to know that he was fine and still thugging. You know what I mean? But I remember that. I just wanted to share that with you. Those few moments right there was after just leaving my house. You know, like 24 hours before that, after spending like, you know, a whole day just kicking it, and then for somebody to wake you out your sleep and tell you, you know, that you lost one of your close friends, it was like it was real fucked up, really. You know what I'm saying? But just to find out that it wasn't true, that was like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And that's a little Shorty B, little, you know, little thing, little, you know, give you a little piece of Pac, you know, that I know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff I can't share with you, but that's just a little something for the family. You know, take that and roll with some of that.
PG-13.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I know I ain't never met him, but I know when that nigga hit the block with them CDs and them tapes of that Tupac, we in them Chevrolets, we in them Capris, and we out there hustling and listening to that Pac. That's what it was.
Atmosphere music, man.
It was just
no matter what you was doing.
He could take a beat. He made beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He made a rap and make a beat.
Yeah, I know that's something I always did notice about Pac. Pac would take the wackest ass song and make it a goddamn masterpiece. I mean, cause you know, Pac would take tracks that none of us would ever consider even much fucking with. He like, nah, that's too dry. That's kind of lazy. That ain't, you know, it's some. But Pac was like, nah, and he would hear things, man, that we just didn't hear, and you know, in just certain little musical notes, he had an ear, man, that was just fucking phenomenal, man. You know, the stuff he would take and turn into like masterpieces. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you would look at it and say like, damn, Pac, I want to, you know, you figured if he'd have picked a better beat, what that song done is good. And it probably wouldn't. It was just that chemistry. He knew what he wanted to say. He knew what music brought the attitude that went with what he wanted to say. He had that shit down to a science. To a science. Sure. Yeah, you watching Outlaw TV. And we'll be right back.
I can do that. We'll do that shit hard. Shit hard. Might need to do that damn hook together. You had something?
I'm trying to come up with some shit, you know, something to make it different.
It's gotten very quiet. It's gotten cold as a motherfucker in here too.
I'm sorry.
Your phone ring when you in the studio. Kobe. One of us getting old.
Maybe you got some liquor?
I'm too young to have a big ass daughter.
What you need, man? What you need, man?
Let me get that.
Nah,
Take that outside. No. Take that out. There you go.
Alright, I can do that.
Yes, sir.
What you need, J-Mac? What you drinking?